Boobaloo Inc., love the name, is attempting to calculate various components of its statement of cash flows. The company used the direct method when calculating its operating section. Boobaloo had the following transactions in the current year. They received cash from their customers, 25 grand. They received cash from the sale of their equipment for $1,000. They paid the bank for interest on notes that were owed, $3,000, and they paid cash to employees worth $8,000. So what amount should the company report as its net cash provided by or used in operating activities in its statement of cash flows? Is it going to be $18,000, $15,000, $14,000, or $26,000? So when we are attacking a statement of cash flows question, the first thing we need to ask ourselves is, what section are we talking about? So Boobaloo here is going to be calculating their operating activities in its statement of cash flow. So that's going to be the operating section. So what do we remember about the operating section? This is going to be the cash inflows and outflows for ordinary course of business activity type transactions. So let's go down the line and see if any of these meet that criteria. What about cash received from customers? If you receive cash from your customers, is that going to be any sort of cash inflows from the ordinary course of business? I think absolutely yes. So that's going to be classified in our operating section. How about cash received from the sale of equipment? I wouldn't consider the sale of equipment ordinary course of business activities. In fact, it is specifically going to be classified in the investing section. So that is going to be no. How about interest paid to bank on notes owed? So always interest being paid or interest being received is going to be classified on the operating section. I didn't make the rules. That is just how it is. So make sure you don't forget that one. Cash paid to employees, $8,000. Cash paid to employees is always going to be an ordinary course of business activity. You have to pay your employees in order for your operation to function. That's going to be. So now we can go ahead and classify our operating section. Cash received from customers, $25,000. Cash paid for interest is going to be $3,000. Therefore, we're going to subtract that. And cash paid to employees, $8,000. That's another cash outflow. We now know that our cash flows from operations are going to be $25,000 less $11,000. $14,000 is going to be our answer.